Some say don't give up and hope that your good is good enough. Head down, keep on working.
Ever prideful. But it did seem like he was very deliberate in the way he presented himself. And he said to Thomas, I want you to know who I really am. And even now I'm alive, but I want you to know this is the real me. So that was a real identifier.
Yeah, I believe he completely could have healed that shut.
Yeah.
But was like, you know, this is going to be the tell-all symbol.
Yeah.
You know, people that don't believe this is even me and it's some fraud acting like Jesus, they're going to say that forever, but not with these holes.
They're like, that's for sure Jesus. I saw, this is Jesus. And then it's some renewed body, so it's not a zombie because he sits and eats fish with them, he eats with them, he talks with them, he breaks bread with them. So it's definitely somebody who is restored, lives a life that we understand. He's having a meal with them, probably joking and kidding. This is just hanging out with the guy that you love, the guy that you'd invite to your house, the guy that would, is very comfortable to be with. You'd serve bread, have some bread, have some wine, have some fish. I'm not a big fish eater, but
Now, back in the day, they were questioning if Jesus was anything above and beyond, right? And now if we seen that happen and somebody was resurrected and they said they were Jesus, we would be in awe, like bowing down almost, pretty much, and trying to be close to him. Do you think they did that back then? Do you think they were like, oh, wow, this is witchcraft? Or do you think they were like, this is truly our Savior, we have been sinning and we know it, so let's try to get all up in his business and be buddy-buddy with him now? What do you think?
Well, I think this is the Jesus that everybody loved. They loved to be with him. Sometimes people wanted to say he was not flesh, he was just a spirit being. They were trying to understand who he was, but I think they did see that he did something. He explained it to them. One of the things he did is he explained everything to them. He did that on the road to Emmaus. He talked with them, explained what the prophecies meant, how all this played out. And he said, now it's all played through, and here's what it all meant. And I'm really him. And I know all your secrets, all your secret sins, they've all been taken care of. My life meant this, my death meant this, and my resurrection meant this. And he did make it clear to them. I think people still negotiate with Jesus the same way. There's some who want to use him. There's some who want to reject him. There's some who say, this is Jesus, who is my Lord. I worshipped him before. I was like, man, this guy, who is this that calms the wind and the waves? They wanted to be with him then. He was also very familiar and comfortable, and they want to be with him now. And those are his sheep that they know the sound of the shepherd's voice. But there are still people who treat him just the same. Some want to kill him. Some want him to be dead, to be a myth.
Did he have a lot more followers after he got resurrected? Did he have wow, this is really the real deal?
Right. I think people ran away from that experience and said, you won't believe what happened, and then told the story, and people started gathering and saying, trusting in the eyewitness testimony. And then he did get a lot of followers. But it's always a mix of people. It's real life people who sometimes are comfortable and want to follow, and sometimes are tired and want to just go to bed, and sometimes are distracted and want to play golf or turn on, binge watch Netflix or whatever. It's real people who have real problems and real struggles. So everything still plays out kind of the same, but now we can come to Jesus and understand what the whole story meant, because he explained what it all meant. And now the followers have a clear view of who this is and who they're following. So at least we approach Jesus now with a little more understanding that he did something that matters to us personally. Yeah,
it's huge. Cool. Well, I don't have many more questions.
Well, we'll continue to talk about things.
That guy knows it all.
I know like 5 things pretty well. So like and subscribe. We're going to talk about what it's like to follow Jesus. It's not Jesus as a zombie. This is Jesus flesh and blood, eating with you, hanging out with you. Like and subscribe. We will continue to figure this out. Figuring out Jesus Negotiators. Keep coming here for content.
What if I would want to tell you